Chapter 805. Elaine hurriedly intruded. "Officer, don't listen to her. She kicked my husband out of her family and cut ties with him a long time ago." The officer looked at Elaine, then at Lady Richard, and asked skeptically, "Is what she said true?" "Of course not," Lady Richard urged. "It's something I said in the heat of the moment." The heat of the moment, Trump was provoked. "Mom, you kicked me out of your house a long time ago. You kicked me and Emma out of Richard Group. You deducted Elaine and I's pensions in the company, and cut ties with me. Now that you're in a downfall, it suddenly becomes something you said in the heat of the moment?" The officer frowned in confusion. He asked, "Who does this villa belong to?" Alex said, "It's mine." The officer nodded and asked, "What is your relationship with the old lady?" Alex shrugged indifferently. "We're not really related. She is my wife's grandmother." The officer turned to Lady Richard. "Ma'am, you've come to the wrong place. You should talk to your son and daughter about the support problem, but you can't break into your grandson-in-law's house and make a fuss. You are suspected of trespassing and provoking trouble." "What?" Lady Richard shouted furiously. "Are you out of your fucking mind? Why can't I come to my son's house?" The officer tried a patient tone and said, "Ma'am, this isn't your son's house. Do you understand?" "Understand your ass," Lady Richard cursed. "I don't care. They must take me in today. I won't leave until they comply with my request." Michael blurted out, "I'm Trump Richard's brother and he has the obligation to support me too. I have no place to live now, so they must take us in. We won't leave until they do." "Yes. We aren't going anywhere." Harold and Olivia also sat on the floor like a pair of gnomes. Elaine's face twisted in a disdainful grimace. "Hey, the four of you are so shameless, do you know that? Are you really going to stay here like a bunch of idiots?" Lady Richard growled, "Yes. If you don't let me live here, I'll sit right here the entire time without eating or drinking. I'll die at your doorstep. I'll haunt you forever." Elaine was taken aback, and so was Alex. Wasn't this the same nasty tactic that Elaine had used when she argued with the other residents at their apartment block the other day? Sure enough, Lady Richard and Elaine made a great argumentative couple. The officer stared at the four people in disbelief. He gestured at his subordinates and said, "Come, take these people back to the station." "Yes, sir." The officers quickly subdued Lady Richard and the gang and handcuffed them. Lady Richard was confused and shocked. She chided angrily, "Hey, what's wrong with you? You arrest the wrong people. They abandoned me. What are you arresting me for?" The officer looked at her and said, "You are under arrest for trespassing and creating a disturbance on private property. According to the law and order, you will be detained for 15 days. Lady Richard struggled hastily and shouted, "What the hell? No, you're wrong. You're arresting the wrong people. You should arrest them instead. They abandoned me, while I'm innocent." The officer frowned in dismay. "You can file a lawsuit in the court regarding the abandonment complaint and the judge will decide on your case, but you can't come to someone else's house and make a scene. This is illegal." Then, he added, "I advise you to behave. If you yell or even resist our arrest, you will be deemed to be obstruction of official duties, and you may be sentenced for the charge." Lady Richard wailed in agony, "No! Why? Why? Why are you arresting me? I'm just an old woman who has no place to go. Please, please show me mercy and let me go." The officer said in a cold tone, "Mercy or not, you must obey the law. Take them all into the car."